Hey, Julieta, thank you, gracias. And hola y bienvenidos a todos y todas. Gracias, Marco, por la invitación. Oh my gosh, thank you. That's my Spanish. So let's get into it. First is sharing a screen. So here's PowerPoint coming up for you. Excellent. We got this. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is it. Your unique gifts. This is the work that we're doing today. So our work is, and let me get there. Well, my slides are broken. Hmm. Let me try this again. Nope. It's not going to do that either. Ah, nope. It's not going to do that either. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Five personas. Why? Because our trainers, the trainers that are delivering programs for us, as we move through this transformation with increasing technology, what is it that our trainers are missing? And this comes from 10 years of work specializing in train the trainer. How do we help our facilitators develop the skills that they need to move with this transformation and transition that's taking place? And what we're seeing is this transition from transactional to transformational. We can get information anywhere. So if we're gathering people together in a space, whether that's a physical space in a training room or like this today in a virtual space, what we need is a facilitator who can help us with that human connection, the human part of the work that we do. And here's the trend line. So from transactional to transformational, here's what we're seeing. Transformational facilitators, they understand that this is about empathy, that the participants in the room have to feel heard and understood. The participants say things like, you get me, right? You understand me. The second thing is safety. So, in the training room, how is the facilitator creating a space where people feel psychologically safe? That's number one. Emotionally safe, number two. And even in some cases, physically safe. So, how do they create safety in the room? That's number two. Number three, how does the facilitator create connection? That the participants feel that they belong, that they're part of something, that there's an experience happening with this group of people, and how do they feel connected and a part of that experience? And number four, that we elevate the sense of contribution, that as individuals, our participants are showing up in the training room, again, for these sessions, when that human contact matters, how do I feel as a participant that I'm creating value, that I'm making a contribution, and I'm part of something? There's a sense of purpose and meaning in the work. Okay, so these four things. And in chat, because I can see that the chat is active today. So, is it possible that you know a facilitator who's already transformational? They're creating empathy in the room. They're creating safety in the room. They're creating connection in the room. And they are elevating the sense of contribution. Can you picture this facilitator, their name and their face? They're already doing it. And in chat, share a characteristic. What is a strength of this facilitator that you already know who is doing this transformational work? And I'll have a look and I'll see if you can type in English for me. Oh my gosh, that would be incredibly generous. Hey, yes, passion. Thank you, Brissa. uh, Connection. They make them feel part. Yes, thank you, Wendy. Humanity to bring Carol, thank you. They're bringing the humanity into the room. Okay. You know these facilitators, they're already doing this work. The question now is how do we accelerate this process of development for the next generation of facilitators? And we use this analogy in our work at Shift. We use the analogy of every facilitator shares gifts with the room, right? This is an act of generosity. When you are facilitating, you are in service to the participants. And the work we do is both self expression and generous. So, what are your gifts, right? If you're a trainer or a facilitator, that becomes a really important question when we do transformational work. What are my gifts that I get to share with the room? And these are deeply personal gifts. Because here's what I know, uh, Teofilo and Maria and Cecilia and Juan and Carol and Wendy, they're different from me. They each bring something so unique, and their particular set of gifts is very specific to who they are as humans. And each of them would create a slightly different experience in the classroom. We should celebrate that. We should be proud of that as individual facilitators. We should be extremely proud of the unique gifts that we bring to every group of learners that we meet. Okay, so how do we accelerate the process of helping you discover your strengths, your style as a facilitator? And this is the 5 personas now. So, number one, are you a sensei? You see, the sensei is a teacher, but there's deep respect for the teacher. They make things relevant, they use examples, they are credible in the training room. And there's a spiritual connection with the sensei. You see, the participants, the impact of the sensei is they trust you on the competencies. You are credible in the room, and that fosters respect and trust. Okay, good. Number two on the personas is the drill sergeant. Let's get to application. Let's get to activities and exercises. The drill sergeant commands the room and gives people clear instructions. As a participant, I feel safe because the drill sergeant is taking care of me. I know what I'm supposed to do, and I have confidence in the activities and exercises. I'm also getting encouragement, good feedback, and course correction when I need it. This is the impact of the drill sergeant. Number three in our personas is the superhero. People need to believe that tomorrow can be better than today, that we can improve things, that we can set goals, that we can continue to aspire to be our best selves. You see, the superhero, the impact of the superhero for the participants is that there's hope, that there's belief and commitment. Number four in our personas is the confidant. You see, the confidant is an amazing listener. They ask great questions. They engage the participants and ensure that we hear everyone's voice, that everyone has the opportunity to contribute. They create a sense of belonging and connection. They care about the relationships in the room, and they get the participants connecting with each other as well. You see, with the confidant, the impact on the participants is that they feel seen and heard and understood, and there's empathy in the room. Number five. Number five in the literature, in the academic work for facilitation, the jester does not exist. So number five is the jester. And here's what we know. There is lots in the literature about how learning, we are at our best as humans when we play. So the jester is playful in the training room, spontaneous. There's opportunity to take risk, and it feels safe that I can try things and make mistakes because we're just playing. And the jester is very careful about this. It makes super sense, right? Yeah, thank you, Wendy. Thank you. So there's lots of great comments coming through in the chat. I appreciate that energy. Thank you. Okay, so the jester is playful. The jester also challenges assumptions. If you think about the historical jester, they challenge, right? At court, they challenge the royalty. They question authority. And they do that in a lighthearted, playful way to get the participants thinking critically about their own beliefs and assumptions. This is powerful work. All right. So here's what we also know. We've had 950 trainers, facilitators complete our assessment, the online assessment. And here's the trends from the data. 33% of the trainers in our system show up as confidants. What? Right? It's 1/3 of every facilitator that we've met. They are confidants because they care about people. They're in this business, they're in the training business because they want to be of service to others. It makes perfect sense. On the other end of the scale, when we look at low scores, 51% of trainers rank themselves lowest as the jester. And again, we don't think that's surprising. We also believe our hypothesis is that this is not a problem with capability. Like I can be a jester. The problem is with permission. Training is a serious business. And if I'm in the corporate training world, which is most of my work, it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel like I have permission to be silly or playful in the training room. But we know because you've met a trainer or facilitator who is playful, and you know that they are amazing at the work that they do in the training room. All right, so some data and some stats. Now, here's the thing. On September the 29th this year, the Association for Talent Development, they are publishing a book. So this is my first book. It's coming out in September 29th. And the title is The 5 Personas of Facilitation, Elevating Your Training Delivery, Strengths, and Style. So this is now going deep, doing a deep dive into this work, sharing examples of how we coach facilitators, how we're redesigning train the trainer programs, and how all of this starts to move your trainers from transactional to transformational. We invite them to be more human in the training room. And we're moving away from just sharing information and training skills to creating spaces where humans connect, where they feel safe, where they feel connected, and where they feel that they can make a contribution. So this is deep, deep work. And again, Marco, thank you for inviting me to join the sessions and to be a part of this with you all. This is deep work, and you can feel, right? This is heart-based work, preparing the next generation of facilitators. Julietta, thank you very much.